One thing I've realized is that people do not set goals, not because they don't understand how important goal setting is. Neither are they not aware of the fact that setting goals could actually change their lives for good. The reason why most people don't set goals is because of lack of motivation. They are not just motivated to write down what they want, and they are not even motivated to pursue what they want. So most of the time, they don't think it necessary to sit down and then start writing the goals they want, their short-term goals, their long-term goals, and all of those things. And this is the reason why I have created this third video of the goal setting series, because I'm going to be providing you with just the motivation that you need in order for you to write your goals. And I'm also going to provide you the steps and guidance that you need to pursue your goal and achieve it, because everything I'll be talking about in this video is very practical, because I'm going to be sharing my experience with you, how I was able to win a brand new Toyota Corolla by writing down my goals and plan to win it, and I was able to achieve it despite all the obstacles that I met on my way. I'm going to be explaining to you exactly how I did that and how you can do that to not only for your finances but also for your academics, for your business, whatever you do. This third part of the goal setting series is exactly where I am going to be breaking it down step by step for you, the actionable step that you need to the video do well, and it also encourages me to put out valuable content for you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. I know some of you know this already, and for those who don't know, I'm actually a digital marketer, and I've been a digital marketer for 2 years and I've been doing quite well. So last year October, I decided to give it a break because I was overworking myself. I was getting results, of course, and I was making a lot of money, but I just felt like I really needed that rest. So I took a break for almost 3 months. So January this year, I wanted to come back, but I was still contemplating that should I go back, should I continue, or I should just focus on my YouTube channel, and grow it and expand my horizon and all of those things. So I was thinking, I was indecisive at this point, but I had it in mind that I might quit, and if I don't quit, then I would want to scale. So coming into this new year, I had plans, of course, and I wrote down all my goals, family goals, my fun goals, my finances goals, all of those things. If you don't know what those are, then I will advise you to watch the part 2 of this video series, because that's where I explain different areas that you need to set goals on. So I wrote down all my goals in my book, all well and good, and I was thinking, how do I achieve this kind of goal that I've set for myself financially? It was quite huge at that point. I was like, is it even possible? So fast forward to the 14th of May, I saw a challenge online for one of the platforms that I work as an affiliate marketer. So I saw the challenge that if you make a total of 600 sales for a particular product, you are going to be given a brand new Toyota Corolla car. And of course, one of my goals this year is not only to make money. I had goals of getting a new car for myself, but I was thinking that I was going to be getting it by November 2023. I didn't know that God had better plans for me. So when I saw it, I was like, wow, this is enticing. Should I just start? Because I've already been doing this for over a year. I'm very good. I have built a brand for myself. I have that brand, I have that name. There's no way you will mention the digital marketing word in Nigeria and you will not mention my name, because I have built that brand for myself at that point. And when I saw it, I was like, this is really nice, this is sweet and all. So I decided that I was going to go for it. So I saw it at about 10 p.m. the night that it came out and all, on the 14th of January, and the challenge was supposed to start on 16th of January to 28th of April. It's going to last for 100 days. And whoever is able to sell 600 of the products is going to get a brand new Toyota Corolla car. Now, getting that kind of say in 100 days, I have never done it before. The highest I've done in like 100 days is probably about 300. So that means I have to get double of that amount. That means I'll be working a lot more. So when I saw it that night, the first thing that I did was that I picked a book. I have the book right in front of me. I have to show you guys. I'm going to be showing you the screenshot right on the screen. So I picked the book and I wrote down the goals that I want to achieve. So I wrote it down that I am going to win this car challenge ending on the 28th of April. I literally wrote it down. I have everything. I'm going to be showing you right on my screen here so that you can follow through, because like I promised, this particular video is going to be very practical, because I'm going to teach you exactly how you can write goal for yourself also, and how you can pursue it to actually get it. So when I wrote that down, I also spoke with one of my friends. I was like, I just saw this challenge. I find it very enticing. It's one of my plans to get a car for myself this year. But now I don't have to get for myself, and it doesn't even stop the money I'll be making. I'll be making money from selling the products, and I'll also be given a car when I meet up with the challenge. So it was so enticing. So I wrote it down that I'm going to win the challenge, 600 sales of the UMM course, and I'm going to get a car for myself as a result of winning the challenge. So after that, I wrote down actionable steps that I'm going to take in order for me to win the goal. Like I said, I'm going to be posting it here on my screen so that you can see exactly what I'm talking about, and so you can replicate the same thing, because not only does it work for finance, it works for every kind of goal that you want to achieve. So I wrote down everything, and the first one that I wrote down, like I said, I wrote down action plan to achieve this. And the first one that I wrote down was that I am going to launch my first ad on Facebook. Now, if you are very familiar with the digital marketing world, you know that sales is a game of number. I have a goal in mind. My goal is to sell 600 sales of a particular product that that I'm trying to vie for that car for. So I saw that I have to make 600 sales. So my goal is to make 600 sales of that product in 100 days, which I have clearly written down. So if you want to replicate this same thing for yourself, probably your goal is to make 5 million naira in the next 100 days, or maybe you want to say that your goal is to make 5 million naira in the next 1 year. The first thing that you should do when it comes to you practicalizing what I'm teaching now is to write down exactly how much you want to make and when you want to make it. Now, one thing you must understand about goal setting is that it must be specific. You must ensure there's a way they define it, that your goal must be SMART, and the S stands for specific. It must be measurable. That means it must have a time to it. It must be achievable. That's what the A stands for. It must be reliable, and the T stands for it must be time bound. That means you don't just set goals that in the next 5 years I'm going to be a millionaire. That's very, very inaccurate. Let's say, for instance, you want to set a goal for yourself, you want to get a car. The best way to write down your goal is to write that by January 2024 I'm going to own a Lexus, probably RX 350 by January 2024. This is exactly how to set goal, because it is specific. It is specific because I mentioned the car that I want. I didn't just write that I'm going to get a car January 2024. No, I mentioned the name of the car, Lexus RX 350. So this is exactly how to set goal for yourself. It must be specific. Ensure that you write it. Probably you are in school and you want to set goals for yourself, like when you graduate. So you just put it down that by the time I'm graduating in 2024, I am going to be graduating with probably 4.5 CGPA. It is measurable. That way, if you check that kind of goal, it is SMART because it is specific. You want to get 4.5. It is measurable. There is a time to it. It is also achievable, because that kind of thing, it is very possible for someone to graduate with 4.5. There are so many students who graduate with over 4.5 in school, first class. That's amazing, but it is very much achievable, and it is reliable, and it is time bound, because you're going to be graduating a particular year. So you already know when you're graduating, and you already added the time to it. So when you're setting your goals, ensure that it is specific. Don't try to be ambiguous. Don't try to set something that you know you cannot achieve. Make sure it is achievable, just like what the A stands for. It is achievable. So like what I wrote down, it is very much achievable, because I just want to double the number of sales I normally do in order for me to win the car. So the first thing I did, like I said, was that I wrote down everything, and then I wrote down the actionable steps I'm going to be taking. Now, if you set goals for your academic, for instance, that you want to graduate with 4.5, that's a lot. That means you want to graduate a first class. That means you have to write down each step you are going to be taking to achieve that. Probably your first semester, you're going to read at home, you're going to attend all lectures, you're going to read a number of hours per day, all of those good stuff. You need to write it down, the actionable step, because this is actually what makes your goal setting worth it. Because if you just write down goals that, oh, I am going to get this, I'm going to achieve this, and you do not write the actionable steps you are going to take to achieve it, you find out that you'll be unable to do anything. And I kid you not, you'll be unable to do anything. So the first thing that you should do is to set down your goal. Make sure it is smart, it is specific, it is measurable, it is achievable. Don't lie to yourself. It is reliable and it is time bound. Ensure that you put a time to it. If you want to make money, ensure that this is the amount I want to make at the end of the year. Ensure you put the exact amount you want. Be very, very specific. Be very, very specific. Now, after you are done with that, this is where the work now begins. The actionable steps that you are going to take to achieve it, which is what I did here. I said that I was going to launch my first ad on Facebook. Now, if you are very familiar, like I said, with the digital marketing world, you realize that in order for you to make a lot of sales, you need audience, you need people who are willing to buy the products you are promoting. So when I was very much aware of that I need people who will be interested in this product to buy, so that I can get at least 600 people within the next 100 days and win my car. So I know that in order for me to reach large number of people, I need to run hard for myself. So I had a couple of money with me because I'd been working, of course, for a long time. So I launched my ad on Facebook and I was able to get people. That was the first actionable steps that I took towards getting my car. And then the next one that I wrote that I was going to do was to create content to generate leads on YouTube. And I kid you not, I really started creating content on this channel January 17th. That's when I started, because I wanted to generate leads from people who are interested in the products that I'm promoting. So I started creating content, though I was not very consistent, but I was creating content and I was getting a lot of people. And I got a lot of people who came to me from YouTube and they were able to buy the products that I'm promoting. So this is one of the steps that I took. It's the second step that I wrote down on my book in order for me to achieve the 600 sales to win my car. Now, the third one that I wrote is to create content on IG, Instagram, to create content on Instagram, to create content on TikTok, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook. Now, I did not do all of this, but I actually created content on my Instagram because I don't really do so much of social media. So I created some content on my Instagram. I was able to get leads from my Instagram. And my TikTok, yes, I was able to get some leads from my TikTok also. But I wasn't able to create content on my Facebook. That's because I don't really like Facebook. I barely log in into my Facebook app. So I did not create so much content there. But I was creating those content so that I can promote and talk about the product I was promoting. I was promoting a product that helps people, to make money online. So I have to talk about it. Of course, I'm very much aware of what the product talks about or the product teaches, because it's a digital product. So I'm very much aware about everything that the product teaches. So I started talking about it. I talked about it a whole lot on my social media platforms, most especially my Twitter, and then a little bit from my TikTok and Instagram. That's the third step that I took, because I need to reach people who are interested, and when they are interested, they come to my WhatsApp or whatever it is, and then they purchase the product through my link, and it is recorded, and that way I am reaching my 600 sales in order to win the car. Now, I need you to stay with me to the end of this video, because I did not only win this car, I actually did more than that, and this is where it gets more interesting. Now, the fourth thing that I said that I was going to do was that I was going to create an advert on my YouTube. I was going to create an advert. Now, I actually attempted to do that. I reached out to a Google ad specialist that will help me launch my ad on YouTube. And the guy told me that just to manage my ad, like, he literally said that he wants to help me manage my ad, and when he helps me manage my ad, he's going to be taking 250,000 naira from me. Like, that's a lot. And this is the reason why I encourage many of you, if you have watched some of my content, if you haven't, you can spend time to watch some of my content. I talked about the fact that one of the high income skill that you can learn is becoming a Google ad specialist, because this guy, just to manage my own ad, is charging me 250,000 naira, and he manages the ad of so many people. So imagine managing ads of 10 people at a go. That's like 2.5 million for just a guy managing the ad of about 10 people. So he told me that. I was like, that's a lot. That is even different from the amount I'll be funding my ad. Probably I'm funding my ad 50k per day. That means I'll be spending close to like 700k weekly. I was like, this is not profitable. That is more than the income I was getting. So I did not bother to do that. That's the reason why I did not create a YouTube ad, because I was selling a low ticket product. As I was selling a high ticket product of like 50k, I honestly would have done that, but I was selling a low ticket product. So I did not bother to do that because I felt like I'll be wasting a lot of money and I'll not be getting any profit. The best thing I could actually do was to win my car, but all the profit that could come to me, because for me to make 600 sales, that's like 6 million naira in profits. But I was not able to do that because I felt like that's a lot of money going into ads. So I did not do that. So I skipped the fourth part. Now the fifth action plan that I wrote is to get a new phone. Now I'm using a quite good phone, right? But I realized that it was not serving me that much again, because I know that now I need to reach large number of people in order for me to make sales. So I need a phone that will work very, very fast. So I had to save up money and get a high quality phone that allows me, to get as much messages as possible and run different apps on my phone without it hanging and all of those stuff. So I got the phone for myself, I think on the 5th of February or on the 6th of February. That was like almost a month into the challenge. That's when I got it. But I knew that I really needed this. And the last thing that I wrote was that I was going to take driving lessons. Now I wrote down that because I realized that when I start taking driving lessons, it's to show me that the reason why I'm doing this because I need a car, I want to win a car, and it's possible to do that. Now these are the actionable steps that I said I was going to take, and of course the only one that I did not take is the YouTube ad. Instead of that, I started running ads on Instagram. I don't run ads on Instagram before, but because of this I started running ads on Instagram. And mind you, I kid you not guys, the challenge was supposed to end on April 28th. I won the car on April 11th. Now for me to win a car, of course 600 says I was able to meet up with that challenge on the 16th of April. But there's another challenge that when you sell 300 of it, you will win iPhone 14 Pro Max. I actually did that within 2 weeks. Now let me give you guys a backstory in order for you to be able to create your own. On the month of January, when the challenge started, I was only able to make 39 sales. Like the whole of January, I was only able to make 39 sales, which is very bad. Like very, very bad. I did not even make 10% of what I needed. So I only made 39 sales. It is quite bad, but I was like, if I didn't meet up with the car, at least I'll meet up with the 400 sales. With the 400 sales, I'll be able to get a trip to Maldives. And with 300 sales, I'll be able to get iPhone 14 Pro Max. But I was like, it is the car I needed. So by January, I was so discouraged. But one thing you must know about Go is that even when it seems as if it's not forthcoming, keep at it, remain consistent. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people give up. Like, because they feel like the results is not really showing, they give up midway. As me, I had given up that January, I was like, I've not so many people who are vying for the car. They've already done like 100 sales, but yeah, am I making 39 sales the whole of January? And mind you, you would think that February would be better. February was not better at all, because in February I made 98 sales. Like in a month I made 98 sales in a whole month, and it was so sad. I was just like 140 sales gone, and I have about 460 sales to go, and I have just like less than 2 months. I had about at that point I think I had about 50 days to go, and it was so sad, and I didn't know what to do. I was so confused. I was like, am I even going to win the iPhone 14 Pro Max? Because the iPhone 14 Pro Max is to win 300 is to get 300 sales and win iPhone 14 Pro Max. But I was not even halfway gone, and the day is already splitted into two. Now the miracle happened in March. I literally just tip up my ad. I pumped more money into my ad. I started running 2 ads. I normally run just 1 ad before. I started running 2 ads, and I started being very consistent. Now I need you to get this part, because in case you're pursuing your goal and you realize that you're not even meeting up, don't give up. Because I just thank God I did not give up, because not only did I win the car, I also won an iPhone 14 Pro Max. Like, I was the only affiliate I was able to win both of them. Imagine if I had given up, because others were ahead of me, because I was in Rwanda with some of my colleagues. We were on expense paid trip, and when we were there, so many of them, they were telling me number of sales they've made. I've made this. I was like, yeah, my God, what is happening? All of those stuff. I was not happy, because they were already more than halfway gone. But yeah, am I just looking like this? But it's so much a wonder, because I was not really able to catch up. I overtake. I overtake, and I was able to win an extra iPhone with the car, and nobody was able to do that except from me. Now, it is not a miracle. It is not a miracle. It's a miracle, yes, because I prayed to God when I set my goals. I prayed to God that I really wanted to win the car. I was not even vying for the iPhone. I was praying to God. But I want you to understand that faith without work is dead. Like, if you have faith and then you are not working, it's dead. You're not going to get any result. Literally, you're not going to get any results. And that's exactly what I did. So as you're writing down your goals, ensure that you pray over it, because it actually works. Because that's the first thing I did. I wrote it down, prayed over it, spoke with a friend, and then I started pursuing. Write it down, make it plain, so that you may run with it. If you're not writing down your goal, you have nothing to run after, you have nothing to pursue, you have nothing that interests you, that intrigues you, that sets you up on your feet every day. Because literally, when I wake up every day, I have something in mind. I'm like, I need to reach this, I need to reach this, and it keeps me on my feet every day. And I was not lazying around, because I have a goal I'm pursuing. And the reason why a lot of people lazy around and all of those things is because you are not pursuing anything. If you can give this a try with the steps that I just took you through, I was able to win my car. But in addition, that iPhone was really a miracle, because I was not vying for it at all. So it was just as a result of my goals and persistency. I was just giving it without drawing back, without trying to hold back myself at all. And I feel is actually wonderful, because that's a lot of money. That's millions. Getting a car is millions, and then getting an iPhone 14 Pro Max. I think presently in Nigeria is about 1.2 million naira to get an iPhone 14 Pro Max. But I got it for free just because I was able to write down my goals, and I was able to write down the actionable steps. Because, like I said, if you write down goals and you do not write the steps that you are going to take to achieve it, it is nothing. But the last thing I want to emphasize in this video is that, or in this series that I have just concluded in this video, is that when you have a goal in mind, you want to achieve something, ensure you write it down. So many people, they don't write down their goals. I don't know why. Maybe because people don't really like writing down. But I just want you to know that you cannot do much, you cannot achieve much if you don't write down. Because writing down is where the magic is. You get to see what you have written down. You get to see it every day. Like for me, for instance, I was able to get everything that I said I was going to take. So by the time I was able to achieve that, I shared it on my Twitter, and it really blew up. Like, I got a lot of messages from people. There are so many people who are replicating the same thing that I did now, writing down their goals, because it just sets you on your feet every day. You're not lazing around thinking, what do I do today? What do I need to do? You already have something written down, you already have something you are pursuing, and it just intrigues you, it motivates you to get up, to pursue, and it just really helps. So I hope this video helps you. I hope my 6 action plan that I wrote to get my car was able to inform me exactly how you can do yours. Now, I might not be able to really give examples in different field of goal setting, like fun, like family goals, financial goals, spiritual goals, your work with God. But I just want you to know that the first thing you need to do is to be clear exactly what you want. Do you want to grow closer in your work with God? That's your goal, right? Now, in order for you to go closer in your work with God, you need to write actionable steps you are going to take. The first one, you are going to study the word. How do you study the word? Is it 2 chapters a day? Maybe the Old Testament, 2 chapters in the morning, 2 in the night. You set those goals. Every goal you'll be doing, everything you'll be doing every day. And you probably have a plan for prayers. Probably be praying 2 hours per day. Just set down those goals. You'll be fasting maybe like 3 times a week. You want to grow closer. That's your spiritual goals, right? You need to set actionable plan that you'll be going with every day, that you'll be taking steps and action on every day. You need to write it down. Now, if your goal is towards the academic, you need to be very clear what you want. Do you want to have 4.5? Do you want to have 4.0? You just want to scale life? Don't just be that I just want to raise my GP. No, it does not make sense. You have to be very specific that, okay, this is the CGPA that I want to have. Write it down, and then the actionable steps. Maybe you are going to be reading 3 hours per day, 4 hours per day. You ensure that you do review, you talk with friends, you solve past questions, all of those things. You write them down so that you will know what you should do every single day. If your goal is to lose weight, exactly how much weight do you want to lose in how much time. Probably you want to lose 10 kg in 1 year. That means you have to be losing at least 1 kg every month. So what do? You cut down on food, you go to the gym, you do this, you do that. Write all the actionable steps and follow them every day. Now I need to tell you that this works like magic. From what I just explained in this video, I think that it should provide enough motivation. Now from what I just explained in this video, it should provide enough motivation for you that goal setting actually works. Like literally, I'm so thrilled because goal setting just helps you, to pursue your goal. But not only that, it's even help you to do beyond what you even think you would before. Because I was literally thinking that 600 sales to win a car was just what I wanted, and I was thinking that is a lot. But mind you, I eventually did 900 sales, like 900 sales within that time frame. This is just to tell you how much powerful goal setting is and why you should try it. Not only try it, why you should be intentional with doing it. Like the next 4 months, I already know what exactly I am pursuing after. You should try this too, honestly, because it really works. I'm not teaching you something that I have not tried myself. I've tried it myself and it works like magic, and my results should literally motivate and thrill you, because I was vying for 600 sales, but because I set goals, I was so clear what I wanted. And it was so clear, it was well written down. I could see it every day and I was able to achieve it, and even beyond that, because I got an extra iPhone 14 Pro Max. That's amazing. I don't know about you, but I feel that's really amazing. All right, we've come to the end of this series. Thank you for watching the goal setting series. I really trust that you're able to get 1 or 2 things, but beyond what you hear from me, I want you to please practicalize it, because I actually did it myself and I'm still doing it for myself, and it works for me. It worked for me when I was in school. I was struggling in school with 2.7 and I eventually graduated with 4.2. I hope to be able to share it in my next video, exactly how I was able to achieve so much feat with my academics despite struggling so much and feeling so bad in my first year in school. I actually did it through goal setting too, and I'm going to teach you exactly how I do that, especially if you're a student or maybe you have children in school and you just want them to learn exactly how they can set goals for themselves and achieve it. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for encouraging me by watching my video and commenting. Yes, it feels so good to see your comments, and please don't forget to drop a comment on this one. I'm going to be engaging every comment on this particular video. Also, if you want to learn everything about digital marketing, I was able to make over 9 million naira selling digital products in just the first 4 months of this year, and exactly how you can get started too, and how you can win sales challenge like me. Like I literally won a trip to Dubai, I won a trip to Rwanda, I won a car, and I won iPhone 14 Pro Max. I'm going to be teaching you exactly how you can do that, and the webinar is going to be holding soon. I'm going to be dropping the link in the description. You can join through the link and join my webinar to learn exactly how you can do this with just your smartphone and make a lot of money for yourself. And mind you, I'll be giving you my free mentorship also, so sign up for the class. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm going to be seeing you guys in my next video as always. Bye.